Today we are going to start a new chapter from history, that is nationalism in India. So as this chapter is very important in class 10 history, that's why I have started this chapter. So before starting the chapter, let us first know the meaning of nationalism. So what is nationalism? Nationalism means the feeling of love for the country. So in this chapter, we will learn how the feeling of nationalism arose in the hearts and minds of Indians during the time of freedom struggle. So India was ruled by British. So to fight against the British, India came with different anti-colonial movements. So we will study about all those movements in this chapter. Okay, so let's first start with First World War. Okay, so what was the impact of First World War during that time? Okay, so number one is increase in the defense expenditure. Okay, so that time what happened? The British was busy with the World War. That's why there was increase in the defense expenditure, and they had to increase in the defense expenditure, and the army was. So let us first start with First World War. So what happened in the First World War, and what was the impact of First World War in India? So as the First World War was going on, and the British government was busy with the wars, that time what happened? To meet their defense expenditure, what they did, they increased a lot of taxes to the common people of India. So that was not liked by Indians. That was number one reason. Number two was through the wars, the price of essential commodities was rising. So with the increase in the rise of essential commodities, it created lots of hardship for the common people of our country. Okay, that was the second reason why the Indian people were not happy with the British. Okay, and number third was rural areas. Forced recruitment. So that during that time in the rural areas, what the Britishers used to do? These Britishers used to recruit the. There was a forced recruitment going on during that time by the British. They used to recruit the village people forcefully, and they wanted them to join the British army. Okay, and the Indians, they didn't want to join the British army, and this was also another reason why the Indians were not happy with the British. And the fourth reason was the crop failure during that time. There was a famine during that time, which resulted a shortage of food. Okay, and that also created a lot of hardship to the people, to the Indian people during that time. So these are the four reasons why the peoples were not happy with the British government during that time. Okay. Now the people started feeling everything will be okay after the war, but the situation became more critical. Okay, so that time the people was thinking that the situation will be normal, but after the war, what happened? The situation became more critical. Okay, and at the meantime, what happened? The Mahatma Gandhi, with his global vision, came to India in 1950. So Mahatma Gandhi introduced idea of satyagraha and to fight against the British. Okay, so this Mahatma Gandhi was well known to the people of India because Gandhiji's heroic fight for the Indians in Africa was known by the world. That's why some of the Indian also was well known with the Mahatma Gandhi. So he came back in 1950 to India, and he started many satyagraha movement. Okay, and after Mahatma Gandhi came to India, he started the mini satyagraha movement, and number one was in 1916. Champaran movement started in Bihar against the plantation system. Okay. Number two is Kheda Gujarat 1917, and against the revenue collection to the farmers. Okay. And number three is in 1918 he started the movement in Ahmedabad against the cotton mill for the cotton mill workers against the British government. So these are the three movements that is very important for you all. This important dates and movements will come in your map pointing also. So these are the three movements that Mahatma Gandhi started after he came to India in 1950. So Champaran, Kheda and Ahmedabad movement in Gujarat. Okay. So he became successful in all these three movements, that is Champaran, Kheda and Ahmedabad movement, and now he was thinking to do something big, okay, and he started Satyagraha movement against the Rowlatt Act all over India. So what was Rowlatt Act? Okay, now we will discuss in detail. So according to the Rowlatt Act 1919, this act had been passed hurriedly through the Imperial Legislative Council. So this act was passed through the Imperial Legislative Council, okay, by the British government. Okay. So number two is it gave British government enormous power to repress the political activity. So it was passed to repress the political activities that was going on during that time. Okay. Number three is it allowed detention of political prisoner without any trial. So number three feature of this Rowlatt Act is that it allowed the British government to arrest anyone without a trial. Okay. So in 6th April 1919, against the Rowlatt Satyagraha, Gandhiji started a Rowlatt Satyagraha. Okay, in 1919. Okay, against the Rowlatt Act. Okay. This Rowlatt Act was not liked by many of the Indian people as well as the freedom fighters. That's why the Mahatma Gandhi in 6th April 1990 started the Rowlatt Satyagraha. Okay, and people along with the Mahatma Gandhi started doing rallies, agitation against the government, British government, and there was countrywide agitation against this act. So, but on the 10th April, what the British government came up with a new idea. That is martial law. So according to the martial law, the power was given in the hands of army. So when the Rowlatt Satyagraha was going on worldwide on 13 April 1990, there was a Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, so on 13 April 1990, a large crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. Okay, that is in Punjab. So some people were here to protest against the government, and some people came here to celebrate the festival of Baisakhi. Okay, and during that time, when what happened, the General Dyer, what he did, he entered the area and blocked the exit points and openly fired on the crowd. Okay, and killing hundreds of people. As this news spread, the people all over India clashed with the policemen, and there was hartal strikes, and again there was a demonstration, okay, and agitation going on against the British government. Okay. So Gandhi thought he was a follower of non-violence. Seeing this violence, the Mahatma Gandhi again had to stop this Satyagraha movement. A lot of violence during that time, and the Gandhi, who was a follower of non-violence, he stopped this Satyagraha movement. Okay, and now the Gandhiji started thinking to unite Hindu and Muslim, and he started planning to unite Hindu and Muslim and fight together against the British government. Okay, so he started to raise the issue of Khilafat movement. Okay, so let us learn what is Khilafat movement. Okay, so in March 1990. So number one point is, and the World War first ended with the defeat of Ottoman. And after their defeat, there was a rumor that harsh peace treaty is going to be imposed on the Ottoman emperor, who was the spiritual head of Khalifa. So as the World War ended, what happened with the defeat of Ottoman? There was a rumor during that time is that the Arms Peace Treaty is going to be imposed on the Ottoman emperor, who was the spiritual head of Khalifa. Okay, as the Christian have Pope as a spiritual head, same way the Muslim have the Khalifa as a spiritual head. So here it is. What happened? It was not liked by people all over the world, the Muslim people all over the world. That's why the Muslim of India decided to force Britain to change their Turkish policy. Okay, and now in India also this Khilafat issue was raised by the two brothers named Muhammad Ali and Sawkat Ali. So these two, Muhammad Ali and Sawkat Ali, they started discussing with Mahatma Gandhi, okay, about the new movement known as national movement against the British. Okay, and Gandhiji also saw this as an opportunity to unite Hindu and Muslim, and they together started a national movement. Okay, at first this national movement was the Congress was not in favor of this national movement, but later on Mahatma Gandhiji convinced other leaders to start the non-cooperation movement against the British. Okay, so Gandhiji started the non-cooperation Khilafat movement together with the Muslim brothers, that is Muhammad Ali and Sawkat Ali, in January 1921. Okay. Stop. So in January 1921, non-cooperation Khilafat movement started, and the different communities participated in this movement. So communities from different people from different communities participated in this movement. So now we will see how the different communities participated in this movement. Okay. So first the middle class. Okay. Middle class students.
Very well.
First is middle class. So how the middle class people participated in this movement. So now we will be discussing that. Okay. Number one is students and teachers like the government controlled schools, colleges, lawyers gone off with the legal practices. Okay. Number two is foreign groups were boycotted and liberal software created. Okay. So and number three is they started boycotting the foreign goods, and they started. So despite the various communities, people from various communities, they supported this movement, but also this movement it failed. Okay, and this movement had some of the drawbacks. Like the drawbacks, like number one is khadi was very expensive compared to the foreign goods. This khadi goods was very expensive. That's why most of the people did not boycott their foreign goods. Okay. Number two is very few Indian institutes were present. So at that time, most of the institutes were under the control of British, and there were very few Indian institutions. So there was no alternative for the Indians to join other Indian institutions. Okay, that's why the people later on they were forced to join the British institution. Okay. Now the peasants' participations in the non-cooperation Khilafat movement. How the peasants were participated in the non-cooperation Khilafat movement. Number one is for them this movement was against the talukdars and landlords. So as these peasants were always tortured by talukdar and landlords, for the peasants this movement was against the talukdars and landlords. Okay. Number two is talukdars and landlords demanded higher rent and variety of cases. So in variety of cases, these talukdars and landlords they used to charge lots of rent interest into the peasant. That's why this peasant want to revolt against the landlords. Okay. Number three is beggars had to work without payment. So this there are some workers who had to work without the payment. Okay. All these were not liked by the peasants, and they were against the talukdars and landlords. Okay. So what were the demands of the peasants? So demands of the peasants were number one, reduction of revenue. Okay. Number two, abolition of beggar, and number three, redistribution of land, and number 4, social boycott of oppressive landlord. So these were the demands of the peasant. Okay, so and the protest made there are so many protests that was made by the peasants during the non-cooperation Khilafat movement, that where no service were provided to the landlords. Okay, talukdars were attacked by the peasants. Okay, so these were some of the protest movement that was done by the peasant during the non-cooperation Khilafat movement. Okay. Not only the peasants but also the tribal people, they participated in non-cooperation Khilafat movement. So how the tribal people was affected by the British? Okay, so why they were not happy with the British government? So number one is British with its new forest policy closed the large forest area for the tribal people. So now as the tribal people, they usually live in the forest. So what the British government did this British government they with their new act, the forest with their new policies, they closed the forest area. Okay, and the tribal people were not allowed to enter into the forest. Okay, and number 2 is forced them to build roads. So they forced tribal people to build the roads. Okay, number 3 is prevented them for entering forest. So they also, British government prevented tribal people to enter into the forest. Okay, and all these things were not liked by the tribal people, and they together started the non-cooperation Khilafat movement against the British. Okay. Now we come to the next point, that is plantation worker. How the plantation worker were affected by the British during that time. Okay. For the plantation workers in Assam, freedom means to move freely in and out in the area. So for the plantation worker in Assam, if the freedom for them is to move in and out freely in the area, but this was confined by the British. Number 2 is plantation worker were not allowed to leave the plantation without the permission of the British. Okay, and number 3 is during non-cooperation movement, thousands of workers left the plantation and headed towards their home. Okay, so these were the problems that the plantation workers were facing from the British, and they also started revolting against the British. Okay, so at the moment, non-cooperation Khilafat movement was going on in all the parts of the country, and all the communities were supporting this movement. But in February 1922, what happened? The Chowri Chowra incident occurred. Okay, in Gorakhpur district, with the peaceful demonstration turned into the violent clash. Okay, so in the Chowri Chowra incident, what happened? The group of people, they attacked the policeman, and this peaceful demonstration turned into the violent. Operation was going on, and all the communities of our country were supporting this movement. But what happened at the meantime, in February 1922, the Chowri Chowra incident occurred. So in this Chowri Chowra incident, what happened? The violent mob, they attacked the policeman and killed the policeman. So this incident was again not liked by the Mahatma Gandhi, and he called off this non-cooperation Khilafat movement. So students, that's all for today. So we have done till non-cooperation Khilafat movement. As the chapter of the history is so long, so we will just do today till non-cooperation Khilafat movement. So we will continue with the rest of the chapters in the second part of this video. So thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe, and have a nice day.